I made a video previously documenting my experience with journaling after 2 months of doing it. But since then, I feel like I've grown a lot from journaling itself. More than I thought because I don't just journal. As you may know, journaling just makes you control yourself better. Is what I would think is what I would think anyone would think when they're first introduced to journaling itself. Which for the most part, it's not wrong. The journaling only control the emotions you might have and not keep track of, but also ensures that you are conscious of what you're doing, understanding where you are currently, and being mindful of how you use your time. But I feel that's more of the baseline when it comes to journaling. And after almost 6 months of journaling, yes, I have learned not to just understand where I am, but use that as leverage to help me understand myself. The first thing that I've learned about after writing down basically 4 notebooks worth of journaling is that you can actually see who you are. I think most times we don't really see ourselves for what we really are. We can be good in so many different areas, but just one mistake can feel like you messed up a whole day. At first, I didn't even realize this, as I was just making sure that I was consistent with. Recently, I took a day to just look back at all the pages I wrote down previously, like especially from months before, like from February, and it made me understand myself in a different sort of lens, so to speak, for who I really am. Not something where it feels fake or feels genuine. Most people are blinded by the fact that just because they mess up in their way, that means they're a failure. But that's further from the truth. I'm gonna be honest, in most of my journaling books, most pages I wrote down were time I want to write down what happened for the day. I did not. Those days were so horrid and so terrible for me that I didn't even feel like writing it at all at first. But I had to. Because I want, for me, journaling is something for me to reflect back on, for me to genuinely understand where I am at my standpoint. And for me, just writing down those bad moments, especially in my journal, and me looking back months later, it shows how much I've changed from that. From that, I probably messed up more times than you did. But I still believe that I'm still doing the best that I can. That's because I've been using journaling in a more efficient way. Thought I couldn't do at first, but it's helped me to get to where I am now. And that is journal planning. That's what it's mostly called from the internet, but I just consider it as just planning out. I use this as a way for me to document what I'm doing for the day, how I want to see myself at the end of the day, and the overall goals that I have for the week. And I base it all on how I was for the day. I use what I write down for the day as leverage for how I can genuinely do better and not fall into this again, and again. The reason why I do this is that for me personally, I feel like I can't really remember or understand the mistakes that I've done before. And if I don't know the mistakes I made beforehand and I don't learn from it, I'm just making the same progress over and over constantly that I already know. That's like doing a task, the same task for years on end, and you never learn a single thing, any any mistake that you have done from there. I'm just replaying the situation that I've already grown through. I think that is what most people are in. People know that they have to do better, that they have to just, genuinely stay focused. But when it comes to actually learning and adapting, people can't do that. So they do the same thing again to attempt to have a different result. That's the definition of insanity. I don't think you would want to make a mistake, then forget it, then do the mistake again over and over and over for the rest of your life. That would just lead you into learning the same things over and over, which leaves no time for actual growth. So the way I have it set up for to plan my day through journaling is that first, before I plan out the day, I first, of course, journal. I journal what I've done for the day and how I've done it. But then on the next page though, is where I format it. I first write down the main goals for the week, remind myself what I am trying to achieve. And then I either write down two things. I either write down how I can achieve those goals with methods or why. For example, let's say my goal is to refine time management, right? Or if I were to write down why, I will say something like, so I can waste less time and be more productive during the day. As if I'm not, then I'm achieving nothing. Or if you want to say what you can do, you can say, set up an alarm to sound when you need to work. Be mindful of how you spend your time. I have them both down as an example, so you can refer back to anytime. I don't write them both down. I'll write down either one of them. The reason I choose one or the other is that if I keep writing down, let's say, what I can do to achieve my goal, most of the time I'm not gonna do it. If I don't remind myself why I'm that goal for the week place, I'm gonna make excuses. Vice versa
Vice
as
versa.
well. If I keep writing down why I need to do it, then I won't think about how to do it in the first place. I know that I have to do it, but I don't know how to do it. I use what I've journaled to either write why or how I can do it so I can improve off of it. If I it was distracting, I wasn't really productive, then I would write down how I can do it. But if my day was mostly good and I mostly done better, then I can write down why I'm still chasing in the first place, so I can keep up that momentum and don't lose that drive that I have for that goal I've been working on. My journal yesterday, day before I recorded, July 21st. You see it from here. I first journal it was. Then this how I mostly have it right here, right? I see my main goals for the week, my why I say, and then I just plan out my day through here. I plan out what I need to do. That's for the day right here. It's that simple. It's a game changer for you to see what you can genuinely improve on about yourself, so that you won't lose yourself. I feel that most times when we journal, it's normal for us to write down we work for the day, but we just write it down. We don't think how we can do better from the struggles that we have probably faced. That's what we mostly everyone watches this video right now, including need to think about. How can I do better from where I am? So I want you to start journaling tonight. Even if it may be a little word, a sentence, or a full page, depending on how you feel, just write down how you were for the day. Just write down. If you're journaling, just get used to it. But if you've already been journaling for like half a year already, do one of my journaling pages. Start using another page to write down your goals, what you want to do, why you want to do them to remind yourself, and how you can do them so you won't be lost. And as always, review your journal in the morning. Because I feel like for me, today, I've reviewed my journal in the morning and I've gained clarity on what I needed to do. You don't want to just journal all of this, right? You don't want to journal all of this, right? All of this, but then forget about it the next day. Please pay attention to what you write. So that's why look at your journal. Always make sure to understand how your day was. That's the most crucial thing that I feel we need to understand now, as we can be lost. We can, including me. So please start journaling or refine your journal, okay? Because I know that you can do better than where you are right now. That's what I've mostly learned from journaling. Number one, understanding who you are and learning how to plan out the day through journaling. Okay? All in all, that's all that I have for today. So make sure to work out when needed to. Start refining your
Running
journaling, or start if you haven't, and be consistent with it. I can guarantee you that from what I've learned from journaling personally, it will benefit you as it has benefited me. So please, if you haven't journaled yet, start journaling tonight. If you've been journaling, start to use what you wrote down to improve the next day. Okay? Because I want to give you this information so that you can genuinely do better for. I don't want you being lost now, especially during these times. Okay? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you, my friend, in the next one. Peace.